Layers of the Rainforest by Ben S. Introduction. There are 4 layers of the rainforest. The first is the forest floor. The second layer is the understory. After that, there is the canopy. The last layer is the emergent layer. All of the layers have animals that always stay in one layer and never move. Those animals have special and specific adaptations to help them survive in the rainforest. There are also animals that are always moving from layer to layer. Different layers have different pros and cons about living there, and cons about living there. Emergent layer, canopy, understory, forest floor. The forest floor. The forest floor receives less than 2% of sunlight, and consequently, little grows here except plants adapted to very low light. On the floor is a thin layer of fallen leaves, seeds, fruits, and branches that very quickly decomposes. Only a thin layer of decaying organic matter is found, unlike in temperate deciduous forests. Some of the animals are the giant anteater and the giant tarantula. The giant anteater is the largest species of anteater. It is mainly gray with black and white markings. It has coarse, long fur and a very bushy tail. The giant anteater tears open ant nests and termite mounds with its large front feet. Then it traps its prey using its long tongue, which is covered with sticky saliva. It walks on the knuckles on its front feet so that its long claws stay sharp. The giant anteater is found across Central and South America. The giant anteater needs all of these adaptations for it to live in the forest floor of the rainforest. The Goliath tarantula is the world's heaviest spider. This giant hairy spider lives in South America and can weigh up to 175 grams. It is also known as the Goliath bird eater because it is big enough to eat birds, but it usually eats insects, rodents, bats, snakes, and lizards. Goliath tarantulas live in burrows and can sense vibrations on the ground, which helps them to detect prey. They hunt at night and pounce on prey, injecting them with venom. These tarantulas fight off predators by releasing stinging hairs from their body. Females often surround their eggs with these hairs as a way of protecting them from attackers. These animals in the forest floor need these adaptations to survive in their own way. The understory. Receiving only 2 to 15% of the sunlight that falls on the canopy, the understory is a dark place. It is relatively open and contains young trees and leafy herbaceous plants that tolerate low light. Many popular houseplants come from this layer. Only along rivers and roads and in tree fall and cut areas is sunlight sufficient to allow growth to become thick and impenetrable. Some animals are jaguars and the red-eyed tree frog. The jaguar, the largest cat in America, is a fierce predator. It has the strongest jaws of all the cats. It suffocates prey by holding onto the throat or piercing the skull with its sharp teeth. Jaguars are ambush predators. They prefer to follow their prey quietly and then take it by surprise rather than chase it. Jaguars live all over Central and South America, mostly in tropical rainforests. But the forests are being cleared and the jaguar is slowly being forced into much smaller areas. He has the surprise attack for whenever he needs it. The red-eyed tree frog is easy to recognize because of their body shape. They have short bodies with wide heads, short front legs, and long back legs that fold up close to their belly. It is not always easy to tell the difference between a frog and a toad. Generally, frogs have smooth, moist skin, can jump, and live in water. Toads prefer to live on land, although they still need damp conditions to survive. They have drier, wartier skin, shorter legs, and feet built for crawling rather than swimming. That is how you can tell a frog and a toad apart. The canopy. The broad, irregular crowns of these trees form a tight, continuous canopy 60 to 90 feet above the ground. The branches are often densely covered with other epiphytes and tied together with lianas. The canopy is home to 90% of the organisms found in the rainforest who live there for brighter light in the treetops. Some animals who live in the canopy are the howler monkey and the toco toucan. The howler monkey is called the howler monkey for a reason. Howler monkeys are famous for having some of the loudest calls in the animal kingdom. These New World monkeys live in small troops. They get together each morning and make a defeating chorus of calls. Their howling warns other howler monkeys to stay away from the trees they feed on. They also call to sound the alarm when danger threatens. There are about 14 species of howler monkeys left in the wild. Don't get near a howler monkey when it is going to scream. The toco toucan is well known for their large, sharp, brightly colored bills. They use their long bills to reach for fruit on the tips of branches that might be out of reach of other birds. They also eat insects, small reptiles, and other birds' eggs. Like their relatives, toucans are woodland birds. They live in South American rainforests and make their nests by carving holes in trees. Look for bright beaks to look for a toucan. The emergent layer. The giant trees in the emergent layer thrust above the dense canopy and have huge mushroom-shaped crowns. These trees enjoy the greatest amount of sunlight, but also must endure high temperatures, low humidity, and strong winds. Some animals in the emergent layer are the scarlet macaw and the harpy eagle. Scarlet macaws have bright colors and loud calls. The scarlet macaw is one of the world's most striking tropical birds. Like other macaws, it mainly feeds on fruit, nuts, and seeds. The harpy eagle is the third largest type of eagle. They hunt in daylight and have excellent vision to see prey from a great distance. Eagles usually spot their victims while soaring high in the air, then swoop down for the kill. Some harpy eagles can catch big animals such as deer. An eagle uses its muscular legs and huge carved talons to grab and lift prey off the ground. They are so strong that they can lift heavier weights than any other bird. Most eagles eat small mammals, but some eagles have special diets and eat snakes, fish, eggs, or even other birds. A few species prefer to scavenge for dead animals, like vultures. Are you stronger than an eagle? Conclusion. These 4 layers of the rainforest all have different animals and different advantages and disadvantages. There are also some places that some animals can't live in because they will be eaten. There are about 10 million animals in all of the rainforests. About 2,505 of those animals are in the Amazon rainforest.